Whew. Hello, what's up, numbnutsins? You have the baldies. I mean, he's got some stuff here, but, you see bald, shiny heads from old people. We're going to do the Helix review. Not review, I'm going to show you some stuff and then I'll tell you what I think because you were stupid enough to ask me what I think. They shouldn't do this. Who's that guy? I don't know. Just showed up and said, hey, give me coffee, which we don't have because we forgot to make coffee. This is Stefan, one of my oldest friends. Not saying he's very old, just this is old coffee, actually. It's called cold. I'll drink it. The Dario. Ew, there's crusty sugar on it. I'm going to turn it this way. It's good, 3 hours old. Yummy. Stefan is the kind of person we love. He's a keyboard player. He's actually a cool keyboard player. He just called me today and said, what do I have to do to get tube distortion on my synth bass sounds? And I was thinking, don't do that. But I didn't say that. I was just like, use a 2 notes preamp and go out with, and then the whole discussion started. So now he's here to do stuff like this. He used to be the keyboard player for the progressive rock metal thing Transmission, which apparently now is trying to rehearse again. Maybe. We it's a secret, we don't know. Anyway, we have a lot of shit to cover. And talking about covering, where he's sitting, I mean, he's just sitting there. He's not gonna do shit, right? Are you gonna do shit?
No.
Do you know how to play guitar?
No.
What are you good for?
Playing balls, just...
I'm not gonna go there. What was I going to say? I'm going to cover his face with the Helix, which is should be flying in right about now. I'm saying that.
Bye.
So he's just going to sit there playing with the dogs. Okay, the Helix, obviously the flagship product from Line 6. I got to say I'm befleckt, as we say in German. I don't want to say negative experiences. In my rack, I'm going to maybe take a picture and show you. There's a Pod Pro version 2.0, another Pod Pro, Bass Pod Pro, and Pod Pro XT. I don't know. I recorded tons of albums with Line 6 equipment until I realized, oh wait, it's not tube, because one of them broke. The HT, XT, I don't know, that the big one broke, and then I used my little Fender 112 hot rod, and I was like, wait, this is what people talk about when they talk about tone. Obviously, this is 10 years ago, so a lot has changed, but if it has changed enough, we're gonna go and talk in the My Two Cents part at the end. I'll click through a couple of presets. You've heard a million of these demos, so it's kind of pointless for me to do it again. Yet, I'm gonna do it again. So, it is beautifully built. It has absolutely, I just love the brushed aluminium, in Russian, alumini, in Deutsch, aluminium. That is for languages, well, 2 English, I don't know. Aluminum and aluminium, and I cannot tell you who says what. British, Americans, or not. Obviously, Line 6 is hinting at what has been modeled here, which we've had the big discussion in our camper discussion. Is that a good idea if it says British Plexi Jump? We know exactly that this is supposed to be a Marshall. They are jumping on the branding that Marshall has established for a lot of years and trying to sell their product with an established brand name, and you know I'm not big on that. On the other hand, they're not saying Marshall, so they're hinting at it. How else would you hint at it? I technically would say killer rock sound, period, and then you decide whether you like it. Who fucking cares whether it's a Marshall or a whatever, as long as it sounds good, right? Right. I mean, I don't care what the amp is that they modeled. Give me a good sound. But I know you care. Cali Rectifier. We know that's a Mesa. Why call it that? Call it big-ass drop D metal mayhem. I'm cool with that. I don't have to know that there's a Mesa idea behind it. But apparently, market research tells Line 6 and all the other modeling companies that this is very important, which I disagree with. In this picture, you can see that there are certain elements which you navigate with this joystick here. We have a volume pedal, which is right here. There's a compressor, a Minotaur. We know that's supposed to be a Centaur. A chorus, then a US double, whatever, twin apparently. A reverb behind it and modulation behind it. Why aren't we hearing these? Well, you click the mode button and then you have these here just like stomp boxes, which is kind of neat. And very quickly, I've changed my sound completely. Very nice. And to each of those, you have the parameters right here. You turn them on and it immediately jumps there. I can increase the gain, get the tone a little bit brighter. Neat. You hit mode again, you're back to where you started. You can tap a delay if you wanted to, or even the optical tremolo in this case. You hold in tap, and you have a beautiful, right?
No.
Yeah, beautiful Stimmgerät, a beautiful tuner, which of course he as a keyboard player doesn't care about, unless he played an original Moog which had to be tuned. I know shit. Oh, and it's silent. Can I make that not silent? Who knows? There's a lot of options on the tuner, reference pitch, all that stuff. It's a very nice tuner. Tuner, like, you know, tuner, like the... No. There's a looper, which you can throw into any chain if you wanted to, and we go... You get the point. So we stepped through a couple of things here. As I said 10 minutes ago. Why can't I tap that? God damn it! Maybe it's not tappable. Tapable. Well, right now, the tape is in front of the amp, which if the amp is zerring, if it's distorting, that's obviously a problem. So what do? We go here, we click the action button, we say, we don't actually say anything, we just move it behind the amp, we click the action button, we're done. Problem solved, as we say in the German. The whole architecture, the routing architecture, is phenomenal. You have two complete routing paths. I actually, I have to say this, did not read the manual. Everything I'm just doing intuitively, and it is very intuitive. I have not had coffee. Actually, I've had a lot of coffee today. Good friends get you coffee. That's how you define that. Yes, it's very, very easy to tweak presets. You just go there and you're right there. It's just like a pedal board. Very nice. I have to say, I've had experience with the M13, which I do own. But still, it's very, very straightforward. And the routing options, as I said, are killer. Right here, I don't even know what we have here. It's an amp going into a 412 and another 412 with different mics, probably left and right. So you can move things around. You can have parallel effects loops. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Moving on. That's fizzly. It can do all of this. We can go through a million presets here. There's that fizzly sound again, which is because the delay is in front of the amp. I'm going to put it behind the amp. And now it's better. What else do we have? I don't know. Here, let's do it very, very, very long. Ah! Yahtzee! And so on. So if we continue through the banks, we will find more and more and more presets. Now we go into the bass presets, which actually are really not bad. Then here they're starting with kind of signature sounds, which is kind of a good starting point for you. Like Boulevard of Broken Dreams, we know has a stutter tremolo. Now, why is that so quiet? I crank up the volume. Thank you for the coffee. Yeah, he gets the tits. That's just great. That's just the tits, as they say in English. No, 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 you can't do that. No. Oh, you put some goodie stuff in there. Fine. Thank you. So these are kind of nice. Here, come as you are. That's sexy. With the vibrato. Fortunate Son. Is that CCR? Creedence Clearwater Revival? I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to play that. Hey Joe, I don't know how to do that. Untitled Streets, Where They Have No Name. Which I also do not know how to play. Message in a bottle. Kind of a cool sound. I love this one. So let's look at that. If you want to change any of the effects, you just go onto one of these blocks. Like this pitch effect. Hit the joystick and there is your list of anything you want. You pick whatever effect you want, amp, impulse responses, whatever they are, I have no clue. And pitch, synth, mono, pitch whammy, twin harmony. Now isn't that just beautiful? So this is as easy as it gets. Home, you want a different distortion, just go through them. Now, granted, that is kind of cool. So that is very easy to change things around, but let's get to some cool stuff. Talking about the ins and outs, you have two inputs, I think, for extra expression pedals. You have control voltage out, you can control your amp, you can obviously control everything with MIDI that you want, using the expression pedal to send continuous controllers. All these things are possible. Defining the outputs. Let's go to this. Back here. It's now showing me output path 2A. So it's continuing here, I guess. You can actually set where this is going, out of the quarter inch, the XLR, or multi, out of all of them. Going out of the Sense, going out of the digital SPDIF AES EBU or the Line 6 link, or the USB. It's got 6 USB outs, so you can clearly use this as your USB interface. Whew. If you have a Variax, I would first of all ask you why do you have a Variax, but that's just my personal opinion. But you could plug this in there and save all your settings, I think, on the Variax with your preset. At least that's how it was on the Pod HD something doohickey, whatever. Stefan has left me sitting in the corner with his boobs. I'm not gonna watch if he's playing with them. So, I'm gonna kick this chair away then. So, important, what if you have pedals that you love? Well, you can use them. So we're gonna go to some preset like the Brit J45 Brr J. That's a pretty beautiful preset. Let's see what's in there. We have a red squeeze, a compulsive drive. Fuck the compulsive drive. We don't want that. I need cables. I'm gonna grab one of my favorite green pedals, the Voyager from Walrus Audio, and gonna go input. I'm gonna go send 3 in the back because there's actually 4. Can you see me? Can you see me? There is 4 sends and returns, meaning 4 loops, like on a looper switcher, that you can utilize to do crazy shit with. So my Voyager is plugged in, volume is on, gain is fully up. There's my Voyager. Now all I have to do is, instead of my compulsive drive, let's try the compulsive drive. We know it's an OCD. I wish they just came up with their own names and convinced us with the quality of the sound. I don't need to know what they're trying to go for. I really don't. That's neat. I want my Voyager, which is more like a to-be screamy kind of thing. See, I'm doing the same thing, to-be screamy kind of thing. Why isn't it just a Voyager? We are so brand focused. So instead of saying distortion, I'm gonna go left, gonna go to the very bottom, say send return, mono. I could go send and return separately, but I don't want that. I just want a block that is effects loop 3. And that's all you had to do. This effects loop here right now, and you can even see effects loop 3 is my Voyager, which if I turn it on, did I tell you it's good? Yes, I did. And now you're turning off your physical pedal just like this. Let's be even cooler. Let's rename that by doing this. Foot switch assign. Right here, customize. I'm gonna call this Voyager. Now I'm gonna go Star Trek on you. Stefan, what did they call Voyager on Star Trek? Star Trek 1 the movie, not Voyager. What? You don't remember that they found Voyager, the space probe that we sent out in the 60s, 70s? Yeah. Star Trek, the original movie? What did they call it? Those alien creatures.
Oops.
Oops.
Boobs.
Boobs, not boobs. No, they called it Voyager. Because OY and A was gone. So I'm gonna do that. What kind of a geek is that? Oh, what happened here? Come on.
Oops.
Why 1 2? Send 1 2? No, I want no. What? Cancel. I was there. It was fine. Why is there send 1 2? So we're gonna do this again. I'm sorry. I was geeking out and no one was geeking out with me. Where's V? God damn it. I hate these interfaces. What? Okay, we're gonna try this again. This is bugging me. Customize. Obviously, I would assume, actually I do not know, there is a Voyager. There's a PC software or hopefully also Macs. There's software, that computer software, that can do all of this. Here we go Voyager. Click, 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 click. Okay. There we go. Now I gotta kill whatever I did back here. None. There we go. Save. No. Save. 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 Here we go. And there's Voyager. Ah, it's not green. I wanted green. Damn it. Foot switch assign. Voyager. Type latching. Customize. Here. Can I go real green? Green. Ah, there you go. Okay. So now my Voyager foot switch is right there, and I can make it green. Pretty damn cool. Okay, we're gonna go one more complicated. I have a Strymon Dig right here, which I absolutely love. So I'm gonna throw away my Voyager. It's already programmed. So here's my Strymon Dig, if you so please. The Strymon Dig is a frickin' awesome delay, and I love it. I want to use it with my Helix. It's not my Helix, it's gotta go back to Thomann. You know I'm doing this, you know I'm doing this just for you? Line6 didn't tell me to do this. You guys said do the review, so I'm doing it, okay? I'm not getting shit for this. A lot of work for no shit. So, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna throw in, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna kill this reverb here, I don't need it. Behind my amp, because the amp's distorting, so I want it behind it. I'm gonna make I can't do effects loop. I might be able to do it, but I can't do what I just did because I need mono send stereo return. So I'm gonna go mono send 1, because I plugged it in, send 1, and then return 1 and 2. Okay, so that's how it's plugged in back here. I'm gonna go send 1. I'm gonna make another one right here. Send return. Oh, stereo. Return 1, 2. So we have a mono send, stereo return. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Why is my original signal on the left? Let me see. Okay, let me see, because it sounds like it is... Ah, the mix is 100%. We don't want that. So, let's do this. How much mix do I want? Well, I'm gonna kill right now on my volume pedal. I've got volume, duh. So I'm gonna take that function away by simply doing this. Volume pan. How do I kill it? Oh, action, clear block, block is gone. So now I'm gonna go hit this button here with the lines, I don't know what that means. I hit controller assign, I go to my return. Effects loop 1, 2, no. No, that's wrong, wait. I want return 1, 2, not effects loop 1, 2. Duh. Now we got it. So now I want controller assign. The parameter I want is mix, and the controller is this one. Ah, learn controller, here. Now I'm moving it, that's it. 0% and 100%? Nah. Let's go 0%, but then less than 100, like 69%. Get it? Get it? Get it? 69%? Get it? Get it?
Yeah.
That's like when two people, you know, moves. So, that's it. Save. So let's look at that. Here's my return mix. I go 0. I go 69%. That's how easy it is to assign this. I didn't read a manual at all for this. This is how super easy it is to assign a expression pedal or a volume pedal to a specific parameter. Now, obviously, I want a foot switch assign so that I can actually... I hit this softly. I don't know when this pops up. I'm very confused about this. So, return 1, 2, which I can now just turn off, I guess. And I kind of want it in a different color, obviously. Foot switch assign. We're not gonna rename it, but customize. I want it... Do we have pink? Here, that's my dig color. Okay, save. It's super easy. Obviously, with the dig, it's gonna go stereo. Without it, it's gonna go thinner. So that's the Helix with a Walrus or a Voyager and a Strymon Dig. Obviously, it's got tons of stuff built in, all the effects you would ever want. But really, I don't know. I'm digging my Dig. So if you have your favorite effects, you can obviously use them. There's no way to do a quick demo of this, not if you want to show the things I want to show. So let's talk about other stuff. Moving things out of the way. Hello. So, Stefan, what do we think?
I need more boobs.
He needs more boobs. Now, what do we think about the Helix?
It's nice for distorted organ sounds.
It's nice for distorted organ sounds. Question is, does it have a Leslie? Hey, let's find out. Where would we? It would be under modulation, I would think. Stereo. Oh! A Vibe rotary, a 122 rotary, and a 145 rotary. There's 3 different rotaries.
Yeah.
Which is very different than a notary. A notary gives you a stamp on your... Yeah? And rotary... okay. Notar. It's not funny. Anyway, so you guys want to know what I think. Here's the thing. You turn it on and you're like, holy fuck, this is fun, this is killer, why do I need an amp? It literally was my first reaction. And then you play with it and you look at the amazing display. The display is to die for, it really is. I love the fact that all these knobs have individual, very nicely legible displays and colored rings. If the Boss ES8 had this kind of visual feedback, it would be the best freaking product on the market by far. Yet it does not have these. So the Boss ES8 needs to pretty much have these little switchies with colors and the displays, and then we're talking. The nicely anti-slip feeling pedal is super sturdy and just the whole quality, the ins and outs on the back, crazy. From MIDI to digital, Variax implementation, loops, control voltage out, amp switching capabilities. The routing options are just insane. It is a very, very, very well thought out product, a very well made product. Everything is just saying, holy shit, this is worth the $1,500. Now, that said, one of my idols, Tim Pierce, was asked, how do you like the... What's that thing called? Thank you. The boobs. How do you like boobs? Tim Pierce, how do you like the XFX? Which is clocking in at twice this. And as far as I've heard, it is the best model on the market. He said, it's great. It's absolutely fantastic how great it sounds. But once you start layering guitars, they simply don't cut through the mix. And I layered the track at the beginning. And as I was playing with it, I played with it for a few days, just, here or there. I did a Thomann demo of this. And again, very, very impressive. But once you start layering guitars, you're starting to feel that things don't cut. You're starting to feel the high-end fiddliness of the modeling. In the end, it is a modeler. And in the end, it sounds very, very good. But it is not yet a tube amp. I know it's easy for me to say this because it's all behind me. And obviously, don't get me started with convenience. Obviously, this is easy. It's all... Stop that. It's all on the floor, right there. Take it with you to the gig. You're there. You have all your effects. You have everything there. I mean, the pedal board I built that was displayed at the Boss booth at Musikmesse was worth 10,000 euro. This is 1,500. So the pedal board alone, without an amp, would have been 10,000 bucks. Obviously, that's completely crazy. But you know, when you build a good pedal board, you're easily spending $3,000 to $5,000. Easily. If you throw some Strymons on there, some Eventide, whatever, you're spending a couple of $1,000. This is $1,500. So I don't want to hear whining like this is really expensive. No, it's not. For what it offers, brilliant. There are one-channel amps that are more expensive than this. My Carl Martin Custom Shop 50 is about $1,800 and it's a one-channel clean amp. So yes, convenience, amazing. For recording, if you are okay with the compromise you have to make, really, really cool. When it comes to brass tacks, when it comes to does it sound and feel like a tube amp, I say no. Because the high end is always a dead giveaway. Even with my really amazing 2 Notes Torpedo Studio. Once I go to a cab, I think I can feel the difference. Maybe it's mojo, maybe it's head stupidity. A real amp and a real cab with a mic in front of it might cost you $100, you know, Sennheiser or SM57, will feel different. Now, of course, most of you will never feel the difference because most of you play this with headphones or monitor speakers and an amp with a cab right next to you. Well, the cab will blow you. The cab will blow you. Excuse me. The cab's going to move a lot of air. And it's going to feel really thick and this is going to feel thinner or smaller. When I hear guitar sounds, I always hear them right out of my monitor speakers that are right in front of me. So what I hear is exactly the comparison to this. How many of you have the benefit of checking this out in the exact same setup with the same system, with a speaker mic'd in the other room so that you can never hear the actual speaker and only hear the mic'd sound? Really, an A/B between this and a real amp is probably out of the reach of most of you guys. That's why YouTube videos are pretty important. I think it is an absolutely excellent product. I think it's the next step for Line 6. They've absolutely achieved this. I do not think it is The guy in the corner just sent me a text which appeared on my screen that just said boobs.
And a photo, of course.
And a photo. Oh, way to get me out of my... Whoa. So I think boobs says it all. What do I think about the Line 6 Helix? Helix, it's freaking boobs. It is a killer product. If you play in a cover band... Stereo boobs. Oh, hello. No, playing a cover band, get it. You need everything in one box for rehearsal, get it. You want to record at home, you don't have the possibility of miking an amp, get it. You don't have an amp and you want everything right away, get it. You want to get a feel for what does a twin sound, what are these different categories, get it. It's a great learning tool. It can do a million things. What it does not do is actually replace a tube amp when you are very picky or in an actual recording situation. If you can and you go to the studio, borrow an amp, use the amps from that studio, anything, because in context, once you start layering guitars, the real deal is still the real deal. But at the price point that this is at, absolutely phenomenal. Way to go, Line 6. It's what I think. I'm sorry if it's not what you want to hear, Line 6, but still, a hell of a product. Really, I gotta say that. So, thanks everyone. We're gonna go distort organ sounds now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, he's waking moobs, not boobs. What? Okay, see you guys. Thanks for watching.